Hello, my friends. Greetings. Welcome back to my channel, the share of my work experience in communication and negotiation. If this is your first time visit and have a little hard time keeping up with me, I have a friendly suggestion for you. If you could start from the beginning and follow my videos sequentially, you'll find it much easier to understand and follow the train of thoughts. To date, we've covered the communication basics in video number 2 to number 7 about a month ago, paving the way for the PELETE way discussions. In video numbers 8 and 9, we talked about the very first step of the PELETE way, the preparation. Numbers 10 and 11, we went through the second step, to engage, or the engagement process, which involved making small talks. Today, we're going to move on to the third step of the PELETE way, listen, or active listening, that is. Sounds easy, but look around yourself. In the workplace, do you, as management, always pay attention to the frontline workers' opinions on matters of importance, such as the safety of the workplace? Or their opinions simply fall on deaf ears? Do you always do things as you please without consulting with the concerned parties? Or do you find it hard to talk to your family members when you always insist that your ways are the right way without even listening to theirs? Well, try listen to what other people say for a change. You'll be amazed. So why do we need to listen to people? Because we listen or practice active listening in order to communicate with people. So why is it communication can be improved by listening? What does active listening do? People practice active listening in order to understand and empathize with people. The people here may be emotionally distressed for being harassed or have other concerns or considerations. If you recall, at step 2, we've won over their willingness to talk about their issues. At step 3, the first thing we need to do is listen in order to understand their issues and empathize or share their feelings vicariously and even be able to identify with them. Then we'll be able to disarm the speaking person. Once you disarm or remove that invisible barriers, he or she will start pouring out their hearts to you and start some serious communication. You and the person will stay connected as long as you continue to listen attentively. You may even gain his trust in the long run. So, how do you practice active listening? There are 3 steps. Step 1, receive. Listen to what other people say, what is being said. Step 2, you need to pause, digest, and organize. Just like the words say, take a brief moment to reflect what you have heard. Step 3, you need to confirm what you have heard, just to make sure you have heard it right. Let's explore each step in more details. Step 1, receive. It means to listen attentively to what is being said. Stop whatever you're doing and put away your smartphone and give your full attention. How? First, relax, be yourself. Don't pretend. Then, be sincere, show respect, and be polite. Mind the tone of your voices. Don't sound too bossy. Speak clearly so people could understand you perfectly. Your body language and psychology will play a key role here. Do the unexpected to impress or even to surprise the person. For example, if you are the disgruntled person's supervisor, You go to his office to see him, but not vice versa, by summoning the person to your office. Let body language show your sympathy, interest, and so on. Your ears be attentive. You can turn your head slightly to one side to expose your ear as if you suffer from hard hearing. Hands. You may gently touch the person. It all depends on the situations. But don't be too tactile. Making eye contact without staring. Mind your facial expressions. Use them accordingly to show your emotions without being too theatrical. Your body facing the speakers. Your mouth responds by, go on, I see. Mind your other body language. Don't fold your arms over your chest and so on. And pay attention. By the same token, don't forget to observe the speaker's nonverbal language, their body language and the reactions, and look for its hidden meanings. Step 2. Pause, digest, and organize. What does it mean? It means taking in what is said, stop and think it through, and organize your thoughts. And I don't mean literally and ask the person to stop talking until I'm done with my thinking and then continue. It is a mental process that could happen very quickly in your head once you have enough experience. But how? Number 1, keep an open mind. Don't react. When you're verbally attacked by a speaker or you disagree with the person, if the person's grievances are about you or about some other issues irrelevant of yourself, just listen and allow the person to let out his bottled up feelings. Number 2, then think and organize your thoughts. What thoughts? The thoughts of your understanding of the speaker's relevance, his grievances, or the thoughts of your own opinions based on what you have heard. Number 3, look for commonalities, something you agree with a speaker or the common relevance interest. Listen carefully to see if the two of you have something in common or not. Common concerns like the workplace safety, but the approach to achieve that is different. Safety, in this case, is the common interest. Look for hidden meanings behind the words. What is he implying without pointing out the issues directly? Here, number 3 and 4 apply more to difficult situations like talking to a disgruntled person or negotiating with a shrewd buyer who seems to think of every possible angle to get at you for his maximum gains. We'll talk about the commonality and how to utilize them for a win-win agreement later in the PELETE way. Step 3, confirm. What to confirm? To confirm your understanding of the speaker's intended messages. So how do we do it? There are 3 ways you can confirm without expressing your own opinions on issues. First, simply nod your head to signal encouragement to the speaker. You can say something like, "Is that right? Is that right? Tell me more." Or to express your surprise mildly, you don't say. Or strongly, "I'll be darned." And of course, there are other ways, much stronger ways to say it. Let the speaker know you're listening and would like to know more by asking questions for clarifications. You can ask open-ended questions starting with what, how, when, where, and why, like, what's happened? How did it happen? When did it happen? Where did it happen? And why you think it happened? simply to solicit more information out of the person. But if you ask closed-ended questions, you're going to get simply either a yes or no for answers. Then the person will stop, like, "Are you hurt? No. Is it yours? Yes. Aren't you supposed to be at home? No," and so on. We've previously covered this part already. Number 3, feedback to confirm what you have heard. How? A. Repeat verbatim or using the speaker's exact words to confirm. For example, "I've heard you said that I'm not being treated fairly," or "I heard you said that you're not being treated fairly." The words "not being treated fairly" are the exact words of the speakers. B. Paraphrase. Modify the exact words by replacing with similar words, such as, "I've heard you said that you're being mistreated," or "I heard you said that you're being taken advantage of." As you can see, the words mistreated and taken advantage of are similar to the words of the speakers. The third way to confirm is the reflective way, using your own words and sentence structure, which I believe is the most effective way of talking to someone in a difficult or unfriendly situation. How? I would explain it using a typical structural format or formula. Reflective listening response equals or is typically composed of 4 parts. First, there's an opening, like "I believe that," "it seems to me that," plus your feelings, sad, surprised, pleased, and so on, plus prepositions or conjunctions like "in," "on," "about," "when," "because," plus. Number 4, your thoughts. It'll clear to you when I put them all together in a sentence. For example, "It sounds like you're upset about the way you're being treated," or "You seem to be saying that you're disappointed about your grievances of discrimination, mistreatment." More examples. "It could be that you're angry about the way you're being treated," or "You seem to be saying you're disappointed because of your grievances of discrimination, mistreatment." By now, you should get the point about the reflective listening response. At this point so far, you listen. You confirm what you have heard by giving feedback. You have not expressed your own observations or opinions about the speaker's relevance or matters of interest. We'll deal with that in the next step of the PELETE way. Once again, we've come to the end of this session. So let's summarize visually and graphically what active listening means. First, party B, disgruntled, being harassed in the workplace, but is ready to talk about the issues, represented by the blued half moon. B is now engaged or connected with party A, who is prepared with options, which is represented by the yellow oval. First, if B speaks to A and A listens attentively, A is taken in B's blued relevance, which transform into the blue little circles because A listened attentively. Then A stops, digests what he has heard, and organizes it into thoughts to form the green triangles, or his understanding of B's concern, and confirm them with B if it's correct. B received the triangles and it is the same blue color, which means A's understanding of B's concern is correct. So they continue to stay connected without A expressing his opinions or observations. Now, on the other hand, if A is absent-minded, inattentive to what B says, then A and B will separate from each other and stay disconnected, making further communication all but impossible. Take your time to understand the graphics, the essence of active listening. That's all for this session. Hope you enjoyed it. Let's keep on communicating. Don't forget to use your discretions. Omicron variants continue to ravage indiscriminately with a vengeance. This is Peter Chang. Have a good day.